Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. Any position works. You can be lying down, you can be sitting in a chair. Really, the goal with the sitting is to find something sturdy and where you can keep your back upright. You don't want to be shifting around and moving around during the meditation practice. It can be distracting. But just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. However, if you have learned to practice with your eyes closed or you feel more comfortable closing your eyes during meditation, feel free to do so. There are no hindrances. But of course, if your eyes are open, go ahead and just drop them down away from the screen. We look at them far too much anyway. Just kind of glance lightly downwards towards the floor, the desk, or whatever is just below you. We're not picking a spot and staring at it, but we're also not blurred out and zoned out. We just have a nice, gentle, and light, clear gaze directed softly downwards. You're in a nice, comfortable seated position. Your eyes are open and down. Right here, this is it. There's probably a lot going on in your life. A lot of problems to solve and things to get done. But you are here. It's that simple. Maybe you're waiting for me to give you some sort of instruction to do something special. Maybe you want to find a way out of some strong negative emotion or some problem you're having. And hopefully the words I say here will help you. But you are here. That's all. But the difficulty, of course, is remaining here. Because our mind will tell us a story about the future. in the past, robbing our attention from this moment. Notice how you feel right now. Notice what your body feels like. Maybe some emotional state you're going through. Some kind of sensation or feeling is coloring your experience. It may be strong, or maybe just neutral. Whatever it is you feel, accept it. In other words, don't resist it in any way. Allow the anxiety to be there. Allow the depression to be there. Don't run. Don't hide. These feelings will come and go all on their own. And notice how they don't really stick around. But they tend to linger if we are attached to our thoughts. We reinforce them by being bamboozled by thoughts of the future or the past. So bring your attention to the lower belly, just below the belly button and above the groin. Just notice this area here. Leave the head alone, where thoughts come from, and come down to the lower belly. Just watch it. Are you thinking about something? I might be catching you thinking, losing the attention on the lower belly. And this is why emotions stick around. This is why we are unsatisfied in life. Because we pay too close attention to our thoughts. And we forget where we always are. So instead of following thinking, notice how when the breath comes in, the area in the lower belly expands by itself. And as the breath leaves, this area relaxes all by itself. Don't focus your attention here. Don't concentrate your attention here. But be lightly aware of this process, the rising and falling of the breath in the lower belly. And completely leave your thoughts alone. In other words, let your mind think what it wants to. Your only job is to remain with the breath. And I'm probably catching you thinking again. It's okay. Gently return to the lower belly, rising and falling. Come back. Come back to breathing. Let your thoughts think what they want to. We notice the breath as thinking continues. It's not shut off. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. Return to the breath. Rising and falling. Now, bring your attention back to the body. Kind of the body in its entirety. Are there any emotions going on right now? Any kind of generalized feeling of sadness or anxiousness? Whatever the feeling is, instead of calling it anxiety or depression or anticipation, just feel it and ask from this place, what is it? If you feel anxiety and you feel the butterflies in the stomach or the chest, what is it really? What are the atoms of this experience? Just feel it completely without naming it, without trying to run away from it. What is it? Feel carefully. All right, you can look at the screen. You know, it's amazing how much emotion runs our life. I know it runs a lot of mine sometimes. That we really only do things if we feel like it. Or we don't want to do things because we feel a certain way. There's kind of like this cage, this trap of emotion that kind of guides our life. We're afraid to approach someone because of what they may think, and we get the butterflies, so we back off. We have an idea for a cool business, but we're too afraid to start it, or I just don't have enough time, I don't really feel like it. It's all about our feelings. And a life like that is a recipe for disappointment. And we behave this way because we don't know what feelings are, what emotions are. And I try to show you a little bit of how to investigate that today. We say depression, anxiety, and these things. We name them. But what about just feeling them? What are they when we just feel them? Leave the names alone. There's butterflies. And then there's thinking about it. And when we turn our attention towards it, towards the sensation of this, it doesn't have its power because a lot of these emotions are reinforced by the consistent and incessant thinking about them. So this practice allows us to see what really is going on with our experience. And until we go and look at it, we won't know what it is. It's like being confused when you're driving on the road and you see water out in the distance, but it's a mirage. We all know it's a mirage now, but let's say you don't know what a mirage is, and you think it's water out there on the road. Unless you go up to it to see that it's just an illusion, you won't know that it's an illusion. You won't know what it really is. You'll just think it's water. The better analogy is seeing a snake in the road. Like if you're walking in a path at night and you see a snake, this is an old Indian analogy, and you're afraid of the snake, but really it's just a rope. But you think it's a snake because you can't really see. And the only way to know that it's a rope, you have to go up to it. You have to look at it. You have to investigate it. And because we don't do that with our emotions, we're trapped by them. So today you will go through emotions. You will find something uncomfortable. Instead of the usual running away from it or feeling things should be a different way and why me? Let it be there, accept it, and turn your attention towards it. Just feel it. What is it? Really look. Not to get rid of it, but to just see what it is. That's your homework. It's mine too. Thank you everyone for showing up today. Thank you for showing up for your life. And as always, and of course without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.